Greetings, luminaries. I am Lectio. Today is an auspicious day. Today we welcome someone new to the Mishi Uma. Please join me in welcoming Virali.
Hello, luminaries. I am Virali. Please take care of me.
Now, please join us as we
browse Reddit.
This story was brought to us by Deranged Behemoth. Sorry this is so long, but I hope those of you who read it will enjoy it. Background. This happened about 5 years ago. My fiancé and I have been together 7 years this month. We're hoping to get married this year but might postpone due to the circumstances. We were reminiscing some old stories yesterday when this one came up, and she suggested I share it. She was my girlfriend at the time, and at the time I was fully aware that her mom was a few fries short of a happy meal. But this was the pinnacle of her behavior. If you guys enjoy this story, I actually have a few more I shall share if you like. Sorry for the length, but I hope you guys enjoy it. FYI, there is a happy ending. Cast. EM entitled Mom, my future mother-in-law. Girlfriend. Ellie. PO police officer. OP, deranged behemoth. Story. Ellie and I weren't living together at the time, she just stayed over from time to time when she could. I took her home after she had been staying with me a couple days and was heading to work. But shortly after, just before getting to work, I get a phone call from her and I can tell she is in tears. Apparently when she got inside, entitled Mom immediately blew up on her about being gone for so long, even though it was only 2 days, and she told entitled Mom she was going to be gone, and kept in contact with her while she was gone. But Ellie just sorta brushed it off and went to her room. Entitled Mom's house was pretty much your stereotypical crazy cat lady house. House badly decaying, cats all over the place, going to the bathroom in random places and whatnot. And when Ellie gets to her room, she realizes while she was gone, the cats pissed and crapped all over a pile of her clean clothes. But whatever, Ellie decided to just bag them up and she would wash them next time she came to my place. Her mom didn't have a functioning washer at the time, and apparently that really set entitled Mom off. Entitled Mom apparently thought Ellie was bagging her clothes because she was planning to go back to my place that night and stay another few days. So, she stomped into her room, grabbed the bag, ripped it open, and flung the clothes all over the room along with the cat crap and piss while screaming at Ellie that she's not going anywhere. That's when Ellie ran outside and called me. She was so upset and didn't know what to do. Her mom had been doing crazy stuff to Ellie since I'd been with her, but up until then I just helped her however I could, while not getting involved and not saying a word to her mom. I told her to go ahead and get the things she needs, and I'll take her to my place. She said she would love that. I told my work I was going to be late due to an emergency, and turned around to go pick her up. When I pulled back up to the house, Ellie was in the driveway crying. I went and hugged her. Told her it was going to be okay, and that she could stay with me as long as she wanted. So, she went back inside to get her things. As I was standing outside waiting, I heard the door open again and went to help Ellie with her things. Oh. It's her mom. Entitled Mom comes stomping out with her hair crazy and frizzled, and an old nightgown. She beelines for me and gets right in my face.
Entitled Mom, my daughter said I need to come out here and ask what you think of me.
I knew that was a blatant lie, as Ellie would never instigate this.
You got something to say, huh? You think I'm trash, don't you, huh? That's what you think, isn't it?
Again, up until now, I'd completely kept my mouth shut, and was trying to maintain that. But this woman was up in my face, freaking out, and was tormenting the woman I loved, so I finally looked at her and broke my silence. Deranged behemoth, why do you treat her like this?
Entitled Mom, what do you mean? That's my daughter and I worship the ground she walks on.
Deranged behemoth, oh really? So, calling her a slut, breach, crevice, and whore is worship? Yes, I've heard her say this with my own ears.
Entitled Mom, I would never say anything like that.
Deranged behemoth, bullcrap. I've heard you say it.
Entitled Mom, you get your freaking butt off my property.
Okay, I almost never find myself in situations like this, so I'm not used to it. I say that because after she said this, I pretty much saw red. I'm not proud of it, but I just started shouting every curse word in the book I could possibly think of at the top of my lungs while she went back in the house. But thankfully, that only lasted a few seconds and I immediately calmed down. So finally, Ellie comes back out with her stuff, we put it in the car and I assume it's over. But Ellie turns to me and says,
Ellie, I'm sorry but we can't leave yet.
Deranged behemoth, why not?
Ellie, Mom called the cops.
I sorta had a feeling that would happen, no big deal. So, we just sat and waited for the cop to arrive. After about 10 minutes or so, a cop car pulls up. Right when he does, entitled Mom comes out of the house, and oh my god. Yes, she was doing exactly what you think. She instantly puts on the fragile, brittle old lady act. Hunched over, walking slowly, the whole gig. And of course, when police officer asks her what happened, she has to pitch her entire medical chart to the guy. Ellie will tell you this woman has been terminally ill for 12 years. LOL. So, when she finally gets done trying to milk this poor guy for sympathy, she tells her version of what happened.
Entitled Mom, sir, he came onto my property and verbally attacked me. He's awful to me, sir, and I've never even done anything to him. He's turned my daughter against me and is trying to convince her to leave.
At first, he seems somewhat sympathetic to her. Until he turns to Ellie. Police officer, ma'am. This is your boyfriend.
Ellie, yes, sir.
Police officer, okay, and how old are you?
Ellie, sir, I'm 23.
This was my favorite part because the officer looked up from his notepad with a look of, wait, what? Obviously, he was thinking Ellie was a minor or something based off of how entitled Mom was acting, but quickly realized just what he was dealing with. Eventually he turns to me. Police officer, okay sir, please give me your version of what happened. I did so. Funny side note, at one point police officer looks up at me and says, Police officer, you look really familiar, do I know you? It actually turned out the police officer and I had gone to high school together. Once we recognized each other. We laughed, and shook hands very briefly. This was hilarious because out of the corner of my eye, I see entitled Mom has a big scowl on her face as she sees me getting friendly with police officer. But anyway. Police officer puts his notepad away, and turns to me. Just FYI, he says the following with this heavy tone of, I know that you are fully aware of this and don't believe you are in the wrong at all, but I have to say this as a formality. Police officer, well deranged behemoth, she doesn't want you on the property, so be aware that if you come back here you technically can be charged with trespassing. Do you understand this as I've explained it? Deranged behemoth, absolutely sir.
Entitled Mom, but sir, I want to press charges.
Police officer, he didn't do anything illegal ma'am.
Entitled Mom, but he verbally assaulted me.
Police officer, I understand that, and while that was ill-advised. He slightly turns to me and gives me a small gesture with his hand, and I nod in agreement. It's not something I could arrest him for. He agrees he will not come back on your property without your direct permission.
Entitled Mom, okay fine whatever. Ellie, come back inside. Ellie, what? No. Entitled Mom, you heard police officer, deranged behemoth is leaving and you're staying here.
Police officer, whoa ma'am. I didn't say that at all.
Entitled Mom, but...
Police officer, your daughter is not a child ma'am. She is a full-grown adult, she has every right to go wherever she wants.
Entitled Mom, I'm her mother. She lives under my roof. I told her she needs to stay here so she needs to stay.
Police officer, no ma'am, that's not how it works. If she wants to go stay with her boyfriend, there is absolutely nothing you can do to stop her. Entitled Mom starts the fake crocodile tears and stomps in the house in defeat. Ellie and I thanked the officer, got in the car and left. We've been living together ever since. Happy ending, believe it or not, Entitled Mom isn't really much of an entitled mom anymore. Over the years since that day, Entitled Mom has actually decided to make an effort to try and improve herself. I guess she realized that if she didn't make changes, she would lose her relationship with Ellie. So Entitled Mom started taking advantage of her medical coverage, and went to see her psychiatrist. And got medicine for mental illness she actually had, as opposed to the one she would make up. Since then, well, she has actually gotten way better. She takes her medicine regularly, and has a boyfriend that is an extremely kind man, and treats Ellie as though she were his own daughter. So basically, Entitled Mom isn't really an entitled mom anymore. We actually get along very well and we see them frequently, and we help each other out whenever we can. We actually look back on the early years, when she was in fact an entitled mom and laugh. So not only is everybody getting along well, we can actually share the cringe stories and happily laugh about them. If you guys would like to hear some more, let me know. Edit, oh my god. Thank all of you guys so much for your upvotes, awards, kind wishes and positive support. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed this so much. I am absolutely blown away by your responses. And so is Ellie. We greatly appreciate it all. A lot of you have said you would like to hear more, so either tonight or tomorrow I'll post another story that we call the Jellyfish Story, and I'll put Ellie's Mom Part 2 in the title. Thank you guys again. From the both of us. So, it seems there's the possibility of additional entries into this epic. I am not sure we will cover them though. Perhaps, we will end things on a happy note.
This was shared with us by Joe Baskin. This happened today, so I thought I'd share. I'm female and home from college. The stay-at-home order in my town is slowly being lifted, so some businesses are finally opening up. My parents require me to have a summer job. I'm blessed enough that I get to keep all the money I earn. My parents just like me to work to gain experience. This will be relevant later, but I'm not a skinny girl. I wouldn't consider myself large either. I'm 5'6" and weigh about 140 to 145 pounds right now and carry most of it in my hips and thighs. The freshman 15 did hit me hard though, as I used to be 120-ish. So today, after finishing my last online final, my dad called me. He told me that one of his friends who runs a heating and AC company texted him that they were looking for girls to work in the office, answering phones and stuff. I got excited because that's exactly what I wanted, so I put on a dress, printed a copy of my resume, and drove down. The ladies inside were super nice and asked me to fill out an application, so I sat down to do so, and this is where the EM enters. Here's everyone involved. EM, entitled mom. EG, entitled girl, female, probably 16-ish. P, me, Joe Baskin. DL1, desk lady 1, front desk, this woman is relatively thin, which will be relevant later. DL2, desk lady 2, desk further back but still in room, this woman is plus-sized, which will be relevant later. B, boss of the business. We're in the South, which might be relevant, because typically for jobs like this they're looking for a pretty face to sit behind the counter and talk to customers. This is unspoken, though. Yes, it's awful. But hey, I needed a job. So, as I'm filling out an application, entitled mom enters with entitled girl. She announces that she's here about the opening and her daughter would like to apply. Desk lady 1 explains that she'll need to fill out an application and hands her one and a pen. They come sit in the lobby, right beside me, which I thought was weird, but I didn't say anything. Entitled mom, to me, are you here for the job as well? Joe Baskin, yes ma'am. Entitled mom, humph, you know, that little cocky sound people make. I ignored her and went up to ask desk lady 1 a question about the application. It was about how professional one of my references for babysitting was. When I returned and sat back down, entitled mom walked up to the desk. Entitled mom, does my daughter even really need to fill this out? Desk lady 1, it's protocol. Boss will look at all the applications and decide who to call for an interview. Entitled mom, is he here? I'm sure if he could see my daughter, he'd know who he wanted to call, haha. Desk lady 1, he is, but he isn't seeing visitors right now. Entitled mom, how will he know who to hire if he doesn't know what the girls look like? Desk lady 1, well, he will need to see their references, and will make a few calls before he. Entitled mom, no. My daughter is an aspiring model. She won insert local pageant in 2019. He needs to see her to know she's the face he wants to see behind the counter interacting with customers. Desk lady 1, I'm not sure what you mean. This isn't a modeling job, looks don't really matter. Entitled mom, oh I know, but they do. And let's face it, boss isn't going to want. At this point she leans in closer to desk lady 1, a chubby girl up here, is he? This whole time, entitled girl is smirking at me and glances as she fills out her application. This caught the attention of desk lady 2 as well as me, and we both looked up at this point. Desk lady 2, ma'am, I'm not sure I know what you mean. Entitled mom, oh, no disrespect, I just know, boss, personally, and know he'd prefer a new pretty face around the office. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I think there's no question between my daughter and, well, this young lady, for example, me. No offense, honey, just trying to save you some time. At this point I'm in tears. I don't know if it was rage or the sting of her insult, but either way, I was not going to let her see me cry. So, I quickly got up and handed my application to desk lady 1 before trying to leave. Desk lady 2, a plus-sized woman, sweetie, wait, talking to me. Desk lady 2, you say you know, boss, personally, right? To entitled mom. Entitled mom, oh, yes, we went to high school together. Desk lady 2, and you know him so well that you know he'd prefer a skinny woman behind this desk? Entitled mom, well, I didn't say that, she did, but I'd assume so. Desk lady 2, great. Well, I'm his wife and I've worked behind this desk for almost 15 years now, And as you can see, I could probably drop a few, and I take personal offense to what you're saying about my husband and this young lady, so I'd like you to wait in the car while your daughter fills out her application. Entitled Mom and Entitled Girl both stormed out at that point. Entitled Girl took her application, so I don't know if she'll apply or not. But both women behind the counter told me that Entitled Mom was a breach and they'd vouch for me with the boss, so I'm hopeful that I got the job. Edit, my first award, oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Update, oh my goodness, you guys are so kind. Thank you everyone for the awards and compliments, I'm so overwhelmed. You've all made my little heart so happy. A lot of you want to know if I got the job. Today I went in for an interview, and just got home from that. It went well and I'm hoping for a call soon and I'll update you when I know. Update 2, hey guys. So, I still haven't gotten a call or anything. I'm starting to think maybe they wanted somebody long term and not just for the summer. Sorry to disappoint y'all, but if they do call me I'll be sure to update. I'm so glad Joe Baskin did not give them the satisfaction of even seeing her storm out. I wish you success in locating summer employment. Thank you for listening, luminaries. Kindly like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Lastly, please indulge me by pondering this. Be careful when deciding someone is your enemy. An enemy made is a friend forfeited. Until next time, luminaries.